Welcome to Restore 2022. Today we're reading Psalms 9 and 10. Scholars tell us that these two psalms were once just a single psalm. The first part pleading for God's help in the kingdom's foreign affairs, and part 2 concerned with the nation's domestic issues. Scholars also tell us that the psalm was originally written as an acrostic, each couplet of the poem starting with the next consecutive letter of the Hebrew alphabet. And while this doesn't add anything to our understanding of the content of the Psalms, it does tell us something of their context. David doesn't put his punches in them, but these Psalms were carefully constructed for public worship, not for private use. He's even preceded them with an instruction to the leader of worship. So firstly, Psalm 9. It opens with David full of praise to God for all the wonders he's performed in the past. So many wonders that Dave can't help but sing for joy over them. It was God who appointed him as Israel's king, and these wonders have given him a blessed assurance of God's faithfulness toward him. Against all the assaults and incursions of foreign enemies, God has defended David and upheld his right and claim. And David knows where the credit is due. You, Lord, destroy the wicked. You blot out their name. You've torn down their cities. And now David's heart is full, because while God has destroyed the enemy, God himself still abides forever, and those who trust him can rely on him forever. He won't abandon them. God won't ignore a cry for help. Well, that was then. Now it seems David has more enemies afflicting him. So once again he cries out to the Lord, who never ignores a plea. He cries for the help that would enable him once again to shout out publicly the wonders of God's deliverance. And in his mind's eye, and by an act of faith, David already sees how it will turn out. The wicked will fall into the pit they dig for others. They'll be ensnared by their own devices. And so, confident of what God has done in the past, he cries out to him in his new danger, "Arise, O Lord! Do now what you did then. Let the nations know you are God." And so to Psalm 10. The previous psalm began full of praise, this one in perplexity. There seems to be a crime wave engulfing the nation, and God isn't doing anything. It appears to David that God is standing aloof. Even the wicked has noticed and prospers in his wickedness with oaths and lies, ambushing the vulnerable. He thinks God doesn't care. David is appalled and cries out to God, "Rise, O Lord! The wicked man scorns you. Don't let him get away with it. You are powerful. You can rescue the lowly and smash the tyranny of the wicked." And now, having unburdened his soul, David quietens his spirit in faith. He's appealed to God. Of course God will listen to his entreaty. He will strengthen the weak. He will champion the orphan and the downtrodden. After all, the Lord is king, and he's king forever and ever.